I want to get back to that top story now. DeepSeek shaking up global tech. Bloomberg Technology co-host Caroline Hyde joins us now for a closer look. And Caroline, I will not ask you the litmus question we've been asking every guest. That is, had you heard of this company before? But I am curious sort of how you see this fitting into this broader narrative about kind of the nascent evolution here of AI.
It puts to question, do you need ever more compute? Do you need ever more $500 billion announcements coming from SoftBank and Oracle and OpenAI for that amount of compute power if you can start to make large language models far more efficiently, far more cost effectively? But there is a big but. This is open source versus closed source. We've been having this argument since the beginning of Meta announcing Llama versus OpenAI trying to still say it's only really with its own ChatGPTs and its own large language models that the future can be clear. And actually Bloomberg Intelligence already saying, yes, this is going to make it clear that you can do more with less. And that expression that, of course, openly we're going to see innovation being the side effect of the fact that we've had China being put against, being limited in terms of its ability to be getting these chips from NVIDIA and the like. But Bloomberg Intelligence saying Microsoft, AWS, Oracle, unlikely to be cutting back their capital expenditure because, look, private enterprise need closed models. They need to be able to iterate privately. They're going to still need access to cloud. What's interesting, though, the #1 downloaded app on Apple today is that of DeepSeek. Can you get on it? No. They need more cloud compute. They need more overall access to data centers right now.
DeepSeek, RedNote, all the Chinese apps that are popular right now among U.S. consumers. I want to talk about the lower cost portion of this, though. Do you get the sense that this is going to spur a race to the bottom when it comes to cost? Because that seems to be what's really rattling a lot of the big names that we've been speaking about.
And I think already you've been getting there to a large extent. You've already been seeing that OpenAI have been trying to make clear that this is a cheaper and cheaper offering. Whether or not they're subsidizing it, whether or not they're able to be thinking about more energy efficiency and beginning to get, therefore, more cost-effective and cost-efficient use of their own compute power. But this ultimately does show that you have to innovate to be able to make things more and more accessible. Look, this is free to use, the model. It is open to use. And indeed, the APIs, which you can put within your own offerings, your own chatbots, is really, really cheap in comparison to that of OpenAI. So yes, you are going to have this innovation that suddenly means that you're going to be quicker, cheaper, more cost-effective for many. But I think ultimately we're going to be questioning whether or not we should be seeing a $65 billion announcement coming from Meta into data centers. What we loved on Friday, we hate on Monday. Yes. But it is also, though, that Llama is an open source offering. Yeah. Already Meta has been trying to make the argument that when you bring developers together in an open source manner, you're able to innovate that much faster. Bloomberg Intelligence has said for ages that this DeepSeek is a critical large language model provider. It is the 7th best, they thought, in the world, and that was June of last year. They already think China is only about 4 months behind the United States in terms of large language model innovation. That's how they really compared, perhaps, text to image generation. They thought that China was about 4 months behind when it came to competing against Sora, for example. This shouldn't be as big a black swan as it currently is, but it seems as though suddenly we've all woken up overnight and thought, goodness, China's really rather good at this, even if we do limit our NVIDIA chips to it.